Good morning. Today is the 27th of February. Shout out to my buddy Tom. Happy birthday. I am going to be doing a vlog style video. As you can see, I just woke up, hence the hair. It's 9:58 a.m. on PT time, and I am having the type of morning where I'm drinking my espresso out of a cereal bowl. Clearly, things are in order. No, I have to do the dishes very badly today. That has to happen. And it's, sometimes I have to seriously pick and choose what I get done based on my energy. Rory is a piece of work in the morning. So, here is my general scope of my apartment. I know you haven't seen my apartment ready. It's still, actually, I have a couple shelves I need to put together. But I figured I would do a vlog, which is not normally my style, to show you what a day is like for me. I realize that I'm very open about my illness and about the things I can and cannot do, but what I haven't done really is walked you through a day of what that is like. And I'm hoping by doing that, I can help open my eyes to others, help them understand, and those who are chronically ill and transitioning and such could hopefully feel a little less alone. So here we go. I went to sleep a little after 1 a.m., so I actually got about 8 hours of sleep, which is crucial. I absolutely need to get basically between 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I seem to do the best with 8 to 9 hours of sleep before I am functional, and getting into a sleep pattern is very challenging for me because my medications, as I'm coming on and off of medications, and just in terms of pain in my illness in general, it can be really, really difficult to get proper sleep. Sorry, my brain does not even remotely work until I've had this. Espresso, here we go. Living our best life. In like 10 minutes, I promise that will make a little bit more sense. So the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is I very delicately, as you can see, make my bed. Now, I just try to make it look a little made. It just gives me less of an incentive to get in it. This is the first apartment I've had where I've totally, where I've lived on my own. I've totally separated my living space from my entertainment and daily workspace. I did that because there are statistics that show it is much easier to sleep in a room where you just designate for sleep and work when you work there. So that is something that I try to do, and I found it to be really helpful. Sorry if I don't know if you'll be able to actually hear what I just heard. I have my headphones in because I have a lot of construction happening. Wow, all the alarms are going off right now. Alexa, stop. We'll definitely go over the Alexa aspect. Yeah, so I woke up and I make my bed, and the cats are usually screaming, particularly Rory, at me to be fed. This morning I screwed up, and last night I was recording something and I forgot to put their fountain back on, so they had a right to be mad at me. It was not intentional. But yeah, so when I wake up, that's what I do. I throw my headphones on because there's construction above and beyond right now. Hopefully you're not able to hear that. I actually don't have you coming through my headphones. I have my Alexa connected to my headphones because Alexa is a huge part of my morning routine. I actually have Google Assist as well, which you'll see. I play around using both of them depending on what's most helpful, but Alexa is definitely my main device. So yeah, I set up this area, and I'm in the part of my morning routine now, which is next, which is kind of just setting up my little like station for the morning, and having some breakfast. So that's what we're doing right now. So the things I need to make sure I'm gonna get set up, I put certain things into place. These are 99% blue light removing glasses, and I wear these once I start using electronics a lot during the day. It helps with sleep and with eye pain. They're pretty awesome, and they're like, I think $99. You can get them off Amazon. Check those out. That's, by the way, they're not sponsoring me. I just really fucking love those glasses. They really work. The only thing I don't like about them is once you go to the 99% removal of blue light, then it tints the colors a little bit, but you do eventually start to get less pissed. So, another thing I do is go to my crystals charging station. These are behind my head at night. Amethyst to protect me, labradorite, and 7 chakra crystal for balance. I come to my charger station and I switch out these bracelets. I will do a totally separate video on all of these beads that I've been wearing. These are for motion sickness, and then I have the ones that I'm wearing here. These I try not to sleep with. I sometimes forget because they like become part of me. I don't want them to get ruined, but I always sleep with another set of the bracelets. You can see. You can sort of see them in there. So, yeah, and Miss Bliss blanket, super important part of my life. So every single night now, I sleep with my squeezy bow from Yogi Bow and my Miss Bliss blanket. I'll show you what the deal with that is. These are also not sponsored products. These are just honestly products that I found are sensory tools that super help me with my anxiety and everything like that. They completely stop the constant speeding circuit of thought in my brain to a certain extent. And what's amazing is that this has 2 different sides of soft. It's a 5-pound weighted blanket. I'll do another video very soon on sensory products because sensory therapies are super important and individual. Coming down here, these are boxes and things, so we'll take certain things out of here, but I gotta get my Evo set up every single morning. I already have it charged, waiting for me. These are my meds. I go to the bathroom, and that's where all my med stuff are set up, my hormones and everything. Today is a Wednesday, so I don't do hormone therapy. As you can see, this is where I keep my packer, haha, and everything. But don't worry, I don't keep my packer out when people are here, but this is my space. So I feel free to be myself here, but these are my med containers. I realized that the best way to avoid skipping out on meds and things like that was to have them completely organized, so that way Half Asleep Me especially could open just the AM slot. Every morning right now I take simvastatin, which has a lot of purposes, but for me specifically, simvastatin is for my head pain, and I take a probiotic. And normally I would take a troche, but my CBD troches are not here yet. They're actually on their way. That was like the first thing I did this morning. I really tried to spend the first 2 hours of my morning just doing my morning routine and not paying attention to the internet and things like that, but yeah, I needed to get that order in. It's super important. So, Rory wants some water right now, which is why he's waiting here. Things are a little messy this morning. So yeah, I had my espresso. I've been eating these Zing bars, which I love. These really help with my gastroparesis. I have to eat every 2 hours in small meals in order to help myself digest. We'll do another video about gastroparesis, but ultimately, those are the bomb. They're fiber protein bars. They're dark chocolate mocha. I love them. They taste so good with the espresso. You see my brain starting to like turn on. It's like the computer that downloads. What else? And water. And so yeah, this is the cat feeding station right here. Boom. So they've got those needs met. All right, you're done with the water there. This cat spoiled. All right. So back to the rest of my setup station. So gotta stay hydrated. I always have a ton of water by me. I like to sit by the window. Usually the cats are over here screaming at the squirrels and the birds and the dogs walking by. Occasional cat. So I am setting up my station, and I realized eventually after making this routine for a while that it really helped me to be the most productive. Oh, here are the other medications I use in the morning. So my Ventolin inhaler, and I am detoxing with these incredible tinctures, not cannabis tinctures. They're Nova products. I'll do another video on those, but I'm going to be taking that. And yeah, I think that's everything else that I need in this box. That box next to it are where all my sensory toys are, and part of that is arguably one of the most important things that I do with my day. I'm reaching my arm. Boom. My affirmation deck. So the first thing I do once I've gotten my station set up, after I've had my coffee and all of that, is I take my meds and I pull out my affirmation deck. So I'm going to take my meds and I'll be right back. Sorry, got cut off there. So before I do my affirmation, I wanted to show you a very important next step in my process. So I've got a couple of these buttons around the house. These are Alexa buttons that enable you to play games or create actual routines with the Alexa device. I'm sure I'll do a different video on how I use these products to help with my day-to-day, but when I push this button right here, it starts up my whole morning routine. The first thing it's going to do is tell me to do my affirmation deck, and then it's going to proceed to tell me things like the weather and my calendar and my news brief. And while that happens, I proceed to heat and ice my knees and my neck and medicate and start to go through emails and things like that. So my affirmation is a very private thing. It's something that I do to bring positivity into my day. I really try to process what every card says. I read them out loud. So I am going to handle that and I'll get back to you. So while I'm getting my heating and ice packs ready and all of that, I thought I would talk to you about what my feelings are usually first thing in the morning. So emotionally, I usually wake up really dropping things. Reflexes are showing up, so I'm waking up here. Yeah, in the mornings, I feel very irritable, very tired, and Lately, I thankfully don't wake up feeling too nauseous, but I do wake up a little nauseous. Usually goes away when I start to medicate and get food in my belly. Uh, Today, I'm not experiencing too many body aches. Ooh, let me listen to something. Hear me. Sorry about that. Echo, set timer for 10 minutes. So what I was listening to was actually Daily Positivity by Volley with Kate Cocker. I absolutely love it. It is the first thing that I have going on my flash briefing in terms of actual like outside source information. I love it because every single day, starting your day off with positivity can totally change the way that you go into your day with your mindset. I basically created a 2-hour routine in the morning that really just focuses on getting all of my self-care and needs met. So that way, no matter what else I have going on during the day, I know that I've taken care of myself and I can put my best foot forward. That's really what matters the most. It's a quality over quantity issue. So I am going to let myself continue to listen to my briefing, and I'm going to set up my Evo. So I'm going to let you see how that's done for a minute, and I will listen to my briefing, and I will get back to you. Also, I just want to let you know sort of more of what's going on here. So as I said, I heat and I ice every morning, every night. I do this right before I do any form of exercise, but even if I'm not going to exercise, for example, yesterday I really pushed myself. Today I have physical therapy in the afternoon, so in the earlier afternoon, so I think that I might actually not exercise this morning, but overall I've got to ice and heat both my knees and my neck. It is 10 minutes of heat and ice each way around. This is a bean wrap that I was able to get affordably on Amazon, as well as this ice and heat on my knees. And I do this because I have arthritis in my knee, but I also have aspects of fibromyalgia and other things within my illnesses that can create a lot of joint pain. And so I tend to feel like an old man, and my whole body will suddenly hurt, and I will have joint pain everywhere. It kind of feels like when you have a really bad flu, and your whole body is just so achy that you just like can't even deal with it. That's kind of like what it is all the time. No longer, thankfully, all the time. I have found ways to manage it, and part of it is with the heat and ice. So I did want to explain that because it's a huge part of my healing process, and a big focus of my day-to-day is my health. It's my main focus, and you're going to see that throughout my vlog process. And I know it's going to be super long, and you're welcome to cycle through and watch certain amounts of it or whatever. I just, you know me, I like to live honestly, and I realized recently that as open as I am about telling my story and explaining my illnesses, that it's really difficult still to understand kind of what my day-to-day can look like, especially now. In the last, month, my life has totally shifted. So as I continue to perfect my healing and go forward and have changes within my health, things have changed. People closest to me back home definitely have basically no idea as to what I'm doing with my day, probably at this point. So that is where that's at. But I'm going to continue listening to this, and I'll let you watch me very quickly set up my Evo and see what that's about. My Evo is from Vape Exhale. It is my way of vaporizing concentrates. If you want to know more about that, you can go to my Instagram for Blunt Bros with 2 Z's. And you can learn all about my cannabis use. I've definitely posted a whole bunch on this channel about cannabis and my Evo, but I have a new setup. I'll continue to post videos. They are my sponsor. Shout out to you guys, and they've been really great and patient with me throughout my healing, and I'm so grateful, and I can't wait to continue to spread the word about how incredible their products are, because truly they have helped to save my life. I basically very rarely smoke cannabis anymore and have almost entirely switched to vaporization. I was purely dabbing for a long time, but I get a dabber experience with this, and so basically what you just saw me do is I took some raw garden sauce and this tiny tool called the dab tool, and here, I'll show you what sauce. Excuse me. I think I just used Happy Cookie. It smells so good. It's very complex strain. Very good to start the day. I tend to use indicas and indica hybrids because I'm someone that has a lot of anxiety, and I definitely don't need to be even more stimulated, especially after the espresso I have, to help both my digestion and my overall functioning. So you put them into these little chambers. You got your Evo base, load it in, and you set up your stack however you want. This is the stack I'm going to use. This is the one that's best for flavor. Whoa. My bad. That was the cats. They're going totally crazy right now. They're playing and running around and chasing each other, which is always nice to see. Whoop. It actually gives me the biggest smile on my face, but they do tend to knock things over. I apologize. So there you have it, medicating on my way to feeling better. So yeah, I'm going to listen to my news brief, and I'm going to, I usually wouldn't even check social media or anything that until later, but I've started to sort of merge very mildly into my morning routine unless I have other things to do. I'm actually going to play with the cats since they're in a playful mood, and I'll bring you along for that for a little bit, but I'm gonna finish medicating quickly and really start moving things along. I can already tell that by doing this vlog I'm slowing down a little bit, but that's okay because this is important too. Well, I just went to put the beanbag into the microwave, and I ended up trying to put it away accidentally first. So I'm clearly not awake enough to be responsible and do social media. Part of why I don't do social media anymore until after my morning routine is done, even though 2 hours might seem long to some people, it's never too long and never too important to take care of yourself. And you want to put your best foot forward, and it's so much easier to not make mistakes when your brain is functioning at its best and your mood is at its best and all the pieces are together. You hear Rory yelling at me. So I'm not going to do that. I'm instead going to do reading. Um, what I'm doing reading for and why that is such an important piece of my healing right now and my day is because I wasn't reading. I wasn't reading, writing, and doing things with eye movement for about 8 months, so it wasn't that I couldn't literally read, in terms of I could see the letters and I knew how to read, but I was too dizzy and nauseous. Like, I had days where I was throwing up because I would try to do reading or something with movement. So I've been slowly reading over time and also getting back into catching up with the industry. So this is what I will be doing reading. I already read this one, but the Women in Weed edition is incredible. I'm learning so much. It's a good refresher course for certain things. You know, a lot happens in 8 months, especially regarding laws and everything, so I always have to make sure that I'm in the know and catch up. A couple other things that I wanted to show you before I check out for a little bit. So here is an important setup, as you know, my dot, but here what you have are my little mini whiteboards that have a lot of important changes and updates and things on them. The left side is all about my Alexa device, so these are like commands and different skills that I want to make sure that I can remember. So these are just like shortcuts for them. And then over here I have Google and my workout schedule and notes and my to-do lists. So I'm trying different types of listing skills and things like that to see what helps me get most motivated and gets the most done out of my day. That would be my timer for my rap, so I'll see you in a bit. So I just finished heating and icing, my trochees came, I took one, and I started to admit my receipt to different apps that I use to get rewarded for putting your receipts in. You know, every little amount of money and things like that count, especially when you're chronically ill and an entrepreneur. Life's expensive. So yeah, I decided that I wasn't going to strap weights to me and exercise because I actually have to be at physical therapy in just a couple hours. I don't think I'll have enough time to really recover. Normally I work out before I go to physical therapy, but I didn't wake up quite early enough to feel like it was worth it. I need to listen to my body, which ultimately matters the most, and so I'm actually instead doing social media, checking emails, and watching Game of Thrones. If there's any Game of Thrones fans out there, super excited for April, and I am in season 3, the beginning of season 3 for my rewatch. So I'm excited I'm doing that. I just did a little bit of my reading. So right now I'm going to medicate and check in with social media and go from there. I'll probably shower after that, and so you'll get to see me looking a little more put together. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so you saw me in the car on the way to physical therapy. I've been going to Ho Physical Therapy in Beverly Hills. Life-saving center, an incredible team, and I'm going to go in, get my stretch, my heat, my ice, my knee massage, muscle stretching, workout on, and I will catch you in a bit. I've been coming twice a week, and it's been massively helpful. I'm in a lot of pain today, but I'm ready. And we are back. So I am back from physical therapy. It was a really great session. I've been going to Dr. O physical therapy for a matter of months now. I went from not being able to get off my couch to being able to hike several miles with pounds on, treadmill, all sorts of stuff, reading, writing. I mean, these are things that are still work in progress, and I'm definitely getting better all the time. But it's completely night and day. Incredible. I mean, would I say, like, on an official basis, trans competent? No, but I haven't had a second where I felt uncomfortable, felt othered, or anything. They're completely aware, and I'm able to openly talk about anything, and it's, no one flinches. It's a really awesome, open, spiritual place to be, and it's saving me. Absolutely, it's a huge piece of my healing. So I'm grateful that I get to go. I've been having a lot of fibromyalgia symptoms past 2 days. All my joints are killing me, particularly my knees where I've got arthritis. I don't really know what I did. Chances are I overdid something because I was fine. I think also because I ran out of my trochees, which I'm back on now, but I went like 24 hours without them, and apparently they have a huge positive impact on my joint pain because now after getting heated and iced and massaged and stretched and this, that, and the other and doing Tai Chi, I'm having a little bit less pain. Sorry, the cats are like all over me. They're like, Dad, I'm hungry. And I'm hungry too, actually. I'm going to do some serious eating and shower before I move on to the next situation. So let me feed them and get some food ready, and I'll be back with you. So I had some espresso, I have some fake chicken nuggets, and I'm about to medicate and watch some TV and eat before let's see, it's 5 o'clock. I kind of left calls sort of last minute, but I need to get some calls in, shower, and I'm hoping to have energy to go out to my first physical meeting. I've had a couple of work meetings that have been very casual where people have come to me, but I haven't ventured out yet. I haven't been feeling my best today, so I'm hoping that I'm going to continue to improve over the next hour and a half or so, and that I can go because I really want to. I miss these people. I'm really excited about helping and working on that, and I can't really talk very much about that. But what I can tell you is that the next show for Don't Tell My Mother show is coming up super soon, and if you check out social media, you'll see that I'll be posting about it, and if I'm well enough, I will hopefully be continuing to go to my rightful post backstage. I hope to see you all there. $20 tickets, last call today, so I'm gonna hopefully get this up today or tomorrow. So, well, now this just motivated me to get this all up today, but it might be tough. How's it going? Checking in. So I showered and did my thing. I've decided to go to the meeting. I'm excited to see everybody. I'm not going to be able to take you with me, but making this really big step, as exhausted as I am, to go out on an adventure, it's going to be considered a big win. I didn't get done a bunch of things around the house that I wanted, but worth it if it means successfully going to a work meeting, having my face out there again. So I will catch you later. So just checking in because I'm a little early before anyone else, getting the paper and plastic for the meeting. It's pretty exciting to share this moment because I'm standing outside and I'm out falling over and I'm out. I mean, this is the first time I'm out anywhere in probably 8 months, maybe more. So super stoked. And we're back. So I'm home, I'm in pajamas, eating a little snack because I have to eat with some medication I take, and I'm gonna medicate and relax. I'm feeling so energized and excited after that meeting, I'm going to get to spend an evening very, very soon with some incredible, incredible people, and I'm really excited to talk more about that another time. But again, thank you for following me on my day. This is a day in the life of what it's like. This was, in terms of medical drama, today was a pretty light day. It could have been much worse. My joints are definitely easing up in pain and overall, but I'm super fucking tired. And yeah, I keep persisting and pushing, but I feel like a lot of what you see is either me suffering a lot or me doing really well. I never really show a full scope of what my days are like, and now that I'm not just spending it on the couch, it's worth showing how I try to balance my life, my healing, my work, everything is all about having a certain amount of energy and drive and passion to get things done, to push through the pain and exhaustion. It's what I do. I want to help people, and I can't do that unless I'm in fighting shape. But that's what I do. I keep fighting, and all of you help me to do that. You help give me purpose, and I hope that this can show you that you can come from the depths of the deepest bottom of medical hole. I mean, you can be in complete feeling like hell and never walking again. Don't let people tell you that, especially in Western medicine, that you're not going to get better, that this is how it is, because it's exactly how you determine it's going to be. The mind is so unbelievably powerful, and I am an absolute example of that. So, believe in you. Thank you again for following me along in this vlog. I know it was long and unedited, but that's what vlogs are. This is not something that I tend to like to do, just because I like to edit my stuff and have something compact for you, but I thought it was important to show what my life can be like. So if you like this vlog stuff, then let me know. Maybe I will do them, but it just sort of seems like really long videos aren't the way to go these days. So no worries, but thank you for watching any amount if you did, or all the way through, and I'll catch you in the next video.